we're using it at a really basic level for some productivity and efficiency, the usual use cases of people. I need to write a policy, but I don't know where to start. So kind of getting that framework and the bits out of your head. It's like, or people are saying, if I need to communicate this message. So they're kind of asking very generic questions. And then we're starting to look at where we can use it for innovation within the industry. So how can we use it for research acceleration or looking at competitive analysis? And it's really interesting because we're a highly outsourced model where we have limited amount of people in-house, and then we partner with kind of world-class organizations. So we're then also going to them and saying, what are you doing about AI as well? So starting to, rather than build it ourselves or have to design what we want ourselves, working with them. So for example, we've got a contract research organization. Normally we'd be doing a lot of experiments in the labs with them to sort of look at different like chemistry compounds, or maybe it's like dosing ranges. And if they can do a certain amount of that through AI and closing down the gaps, then we can do a lot more targeted. So it's saving money on like the amount of assets we have to put through, and also that sort of time to market. So it's a real interesting use space. We struggle with it a little bit because a lot of AI, like true AI, not machine learning, is just black box. So everyone's like, this will make you better. It's like, okay, so we put this in, we got that out. What decision did it make? Or why did it make this decision? They're like, well, that's not the point of AI. So well, it kind of is, because I work with incredibly detailed and specific people. Yeah, anyone with like science, technology, engineering, maths, they want to know the equation, like when you're at school and they want you to write it out on the sheet of paper. It's the same thing with our researchers. They want to know, how did you come to that conclusion, just so they can kind of check the math on it. So that's where it's always going to be difficult for us to take kind of early stage modeling on. Don't go to the company that says they've got an AI tool. Like what are you trying to solve? Because I think there's a lot of people that come with the, we've got an AI tool, what's your problem? And then they sort of try and shoehorn it in. Oh yeah, we could train the model to do that. We could do all this. I think it's like looking to have a real simple use case that you can start to just bring it in, see if it works, see how the organization reacts. Because like creative organizations versus scientific organizations versus engineering organizations are all going to have very different use cases, but they're also going to have very different people that are drawn towards those. I think if you have a creative organization and say, do you want to use AI, they're a lot more open to it, just because it might be like, I need a YouTube thumbnail and generate me 500, and then you can get some ideas. Whereas you can't really do that in engineering. Like, design me 500 houses and I'll choose which one I like. Although the floor plan might be an interesting one. So I think it's sort of picking those battles to go in, find your friendlies, and then have that real use case. And what we've looked at is, where's your biggest time drain? Where's your biggest frustration? Where are you having to do lots of Excel reconciliation? And then it's like, how do we fix it? Because it might not be, you might go in looking for AI, but you end up with, actually, we could just do an integration, or we could just do some machine learning or something. So it's go in with, what's your problem statement? How do we remove that? But don't just assume that it's AI.